going on, everybody? Spooner here. Realized I haven't picked anything for the channel recently, so we're gonna do that and fix it. So this is a Gold P. It's a brown belt ranked pin tumbler lock from Japan. Really fun to pick. Gives really clean, small feedback. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we'll get back in here. Find us our back pin, give it a little pop. I like this one back to front. So we're just going along. And I found that the easiest way to pick this is just put a little pressure on a pin, and if you feel a counter rotation, go ahead and push through on it. Otherwise, leave it alone. So start from the back again, little click on the back, nothing there. A little counter rotation on that one this time. Nothing. A little bit. Okay, back to the back again. Find that back pin, give it a shove. Next. I think I just committed one of the classic blunders. Okay, no problem. We'll just drop it all. Very important just to keep very light tension on this. And I've noticed that that tends to just be the case for Japanese locks in general. Tend to have very small pins, very small springs. And so you want to pick them with very fine movements. I'm hung somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where. There we go. One wasn't quite set. There we go. All right, cool. So there's one, and then the very back, I think it was 6 pin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yeah, okay, so 6 was where we were stuck. So anyway, let's show that little turn core there. Pop this out of our vise here. Put that there on camera. You notice our chip has changed. Finally got that in. We had some weather here that delayed shipping for a little bit, but had some upgrades to our picking area here. So let me move my pinning shears over, move all this stuff over here. Oh, I haven't put these stickers up, but I got this stuff the other day from Jackrabbit. So shout out to Jackrabbit in this one. Add you to my chip collection. I love getting little things as part of participation in the locksmith community. Really cool people. They do really cool things. Actually, I don't need that. I need a JIS screwdriver, I think. Yeah, okay. So, 1 second. That is handy. It's just down here while I find the right bits. Probably want a core shim too. Do I have one that's not super bent up here? That one's not super dead. We'll probably use that one. Okay. Find the right bit. I think it's this one. These screws on these Japanese locks tend to be machine tightened. And although this looks like a Phillips head, it isn't. It's a Japanese industrial standard, JIS. I learned this the hard way. The first time I tried to take apart let me see if I can find it here quick. Yeah, here we go. A Showa, a Yushin Showa. You can see those screws probably there are stripped. I just thought it was a Phillips head, so I tried to use a Phillips head to take it apart, and very quickly ruined that lock for gutting, unfortunately. But still a fun pick. Highly recommend it. So the other thing that I got is this really cool pinning tray. A couple of the guys in Unlocked helped me with this. The original design was by Wild Bill, and then Bagasu printed it for me. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not, but that's okay. Anyway, let's get this gutted here, and take a look at what's going on inside this. Picked this a couple times, have never gutted it, but I think if we come back, yeah, it's straightforward. It's different form factor with it being Japanese, but if we look at the back after all this stuff is on, it's gonna gut pretty similarly, I have to imagine, to like a Scandinavian oval. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna turn it, we're gonna take our core shim here and run it through here. The one thing that we're going to be really, really, really careful of while we're doing this is one thing that's common with gold locks, and that I ran afoul of while I was reassembling my gold D9 that I picked for brown belt, is gold has really tiny springs. And those tiny springs, we kind of joke about liking to teleport. So, whoop, there goes a ball bearing. I knew they were there, and I caught the one on this side under my thumb. However, that one decided to jump out. Let me find my pin and shears. There we go. Actually, I like that spot for the ball bearing, so we'll pop the ball bearing there. We cover the pins here and drop the other ball bearing out. Come out, damn you. There we go. Ball bearings go right there. There's a spring. Actually, let me see if I can get that spring out too. There we go. There's one spring. Cover that up. Get the other spring. There we go. There's the ball bearing springs. It's one thing that I really like about gold locks is because they have those ball bearings. It has really, really smooth action because it keeps the core centered in the housing. Gives it a smooth turn. Just really, really nice to operate. But it also makes it really nice to pick. And one fun bit about the Gold Z, this thing's bigger, nastier brother, is that because you have those ball bearings and a sort of natural pressure from the pin springs, you don't need multiple tensioners to float pick it. You can actually use the natural counter rotation from the pins and the ball bearings in order to That's the word I'm looking for. Manually counter rotate the core, which is kind of cool. So anyway, let me get these pins out here. See if I can get that out enough. So you can see these have some milling done to them. So let me get that guy in here. Oh, they got the driver with it too. Really, really tiny. Maybe it's a bit of mastering. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna guess that's some mastering. Get that flipped over to go with it. And number 2. There we go. You can see that's got some ribbing to it. There. Make it a little bit of an overset trap. This I was going to try to do some orientation stuff with the key pins, but I already fucked that up, so we're just going to keep doing this. This one looks really fun. It's got a bit of mastering to it too. You can see that. That one's pretty nicely stuck in there. Come on. Grab that key. See if I can give her a little pop. There we go. Ah, damn it. Smacked it with the... Thanks. Kids, cover your ears. Does anybody but aside from me remember those commercials about asking your parents before you go online after kids shows? It's a kind of core memory of mine. That was upside down, so I just low-key fixed it real quick. Give this another pop with the key as well. This is not my fastest gut in a while, but I also haven't gutted in a while because I've been picking on some black belt locks. That's a little tiny, tiny little master wafer. Look at that. Itty bitty friend. That guy. And that guy. So I don't know what kind of other mastering we've got going on in here. You can see here we got some overmilling, and actually down in here, let's grab a pick. You can see we've got some underbilling in here too. Makes for kind of a fun little experience here. Got some construction core holes in there as well. Let's see if I can, let me angle you down here a little bit so I can get the rest of my pinning tray on here. This pinning tray is massive, which is actually very helpful for me. I tend to lose things and drop them and all that. So having a big old space to work with is nice. Already kind of getting the vibe that I'm going to need to move this over here for just how I like to work while I'm doing this. I'm left-handed, so having more space to work over here it's going to be helpful. But you live and you learn. So anyway, let's grab my pinning tweezers here and get this guy a little more centered there. And grab us some drivers. It's going to be a lot easier if I take my core shim out. We're doing great, folks. All right. So let's get in here. us our first driver. This is a mushroom. A mushroom driver. Plays really nicely with that counter milling. Spring. These are very fine springs, which makes them really hard to find in carpet. So highly recommend not dropping them. Another mushroom on 2. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'll give you guys a close-up of these at the end too. Looks like this has those cupped driver pins that you see on the D9 and the V18 and the Grand V and others like that. Really go. Another mushroom in 3. Looks like we picked through all the master wafers. That makes sense for me. I like clicky shit when I'm picking, so counter rotation and clicks make me happy. Kind of makes sense why I like spool. Oh, there we go. We got another master. Didn't click through all of them apparently. So that's on 4. There's a master wafer and a mushroom. And we'll actually flip around back here to go for 6. Because the night is dark and full of terrors. Get one of those like super elongated spool looking dudes, like you see in Goal Z. Trying to think what else has them. Whoop, there we go. There's our driver in spring from 5. All right. And so there's no sort of milling or anything up in the Bible or any of that. But let me zoom in on those. All right, well, I hit a button, so we're going to have to edit this together. That's going to be great. But those are the drivers and the master wafers and the springs and all that fun jazz. There's the ball bearings. There's the undermilling I showed you guys, all this stuff. Really glad that this isn't a belt video. Definitely need to practice my gutting a little bit. Haven't done that recently. But yeah, that's Goal P. Really fun pin tumbler lock to pick. Highly recommend picking one up. I think Galaxy sells them. Red Wanderer might have some, I think. Several people in the LPU Discord sell them. But yeah, really fun lock. Highly recommend checking them out. And yeah, thanks everybody. See you in the next one.